everything in between, so that keeps you young.
Congratulations, Bobby.
Yeah, keep it going, keep it going.
Thank you for sharing that, Bobby.
Poor Julie even had to go to Hoover School and put up with me as being her librarian. God bless her.
You are the best librarian by far my whole life.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Veronica, you want to be next? Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Veronica. Yes, I'm Veronica. I'm staying in business and forestry for 20 years. I have one bridal shop, and I'm now 2 months for member for the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Veronica.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next.
I'll jump in. I'm Kim Tapfer. We own the First National Bank building on 4th and Main, and we just hit our 8-year anniversary of owning that wonderful building, and I love being in the downtown, and I'm a board member.
Congratulations, Kim. 8 years, it went so fast, huh?
So fast, can't even believe it.
I know. Okay, next, Robin McNair.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Robin McNair. I am the Arts Administrator for Santa Ana Unified School District.
I see Bethany there. Are you are mute? Okay.
I've had to figure it out for a minute. You'd think after a year of being on Zoom, I'd be proficient, but here I am. I am Bethany Shermer. I am representing the sound. We bought the building from Claudia and Arturo about 6 months ago. And my role with the sound is project manager and maintaining connections in our community. So I'm happy to be here and to see some familiar faces and meet some new ones.
Thank you. Ryan, let me go ahead. Ryan? Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Raul. I'm a guest on here today. I'm the founder of a program called Thrive and Go Live, and we're working to help local business owners in the downtown area build websites by pairing them with local coding bootcamp volunteers, actually, and we're trying to improve digital literacy in the community and help overcome cost barriers to website adoption and just improve the overall representation and diversity on the internet. And we look forward to helping in any way we can the downtown business community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Mike Hussein, please, can you?
Yes, sir. I made it. I'm sorry I'm late, but I had trouble logging in, but I made it now finally. Hello, all.
Hello.
Hello, Mike.
Mike, can you tell us what you do and what you do on 4th Street?
Yes, I have a legal office on 4th Street, 211 West 4th Street. I've been there since 2012, and I've been there ever since. Basically, we do divorce cases, family law in general, and we do some civil cases, small claims to help people, as well as we do interpreting, document translation, legal name change, and things of that sort.
Thank you, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Julie, please.
Getting Julie and the Phantom.
Julie, are you there?
Hi, yes, sorry,
Oh, okay.
sorry about that.
No problem.
Yes, I'm Julie Castro Cardenas. I'm with the city of Santa Ana and I serve as the downtown liaison. And excuse my casual attire today.
You look gorgeous. Thank you, Julie. Moises Camacho, can you, are you there?
This is Sam.
Oh, Sam.
Yes, I'm here. I've been
Sam,
trying to get through. I haven't been able to.
Sam, go ahead. Now
You
that
made
you're
it.
on the phone.
Yeah, I'm on there.
Go ahead, Sam.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Sam Romero. I think Jonathan knows me a little bit. I've been in Santa Ana, since I guess my family moved in 1912, and I was business in downtown for 28, 30 years, and was elected to this organization as vice president. So I used to shine shoes on 4th Street, sold newspapers. So, and I also worked at a sporting goods store for many years in the downtown when I went to high school. So that's me.
Thank you, Sam.
It's ¿Qué pasó, viejo?
Camacho. Moses,
Yes.
can you go? You're next.
Thank you. Yeah, my name is Moses Camacho. I am a local artist, and I've been working with the Santana Business Council for about 10 years, developing basically mural projects. And right now we are working on the big mural at the alley behind the Mimoda building. And I'm also an art teacher, a local art teacher in the School of Arts in Santana. And I'm looking forward to keep working with the council also.
Thank you, Moses. Let's see, let me finish this line. Robert McNair, please.
You did already.
Yeah.
I think you're at Teresa.
Oh, did you already introduce yourself, Robin?
I'm sorry, I'm not that memorable. Yes.
Me neither.
I'm here with the school district, or representing the school district.
Thank you. Teresa, Oliver, are you there?
Sorry. Yes, good morning, everybody. Teresa
morning.
Oliver. Good morning. Teresa Oliveri. I work for Orange County Transportation Authority, and I manage the outreach for the OC streetcar project.
Thank you. I want to apologize. You were not included on, I think, 1 or 2 meetings before. I don't know what happened. We correct the error that we had on the emails. So now,
okay.
now you're included again.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have Sarah.
Hey everyone, my name is Sarah Marshall, and I help Madeline with the downtown strategic sessions for the local businesses in downtown Santa Ana. And I partner with Maria Gonzalez, which is also here with us today.
Thank you. Juan Cha.
Hi, my name is Juan Cha. I have a business for 41 years in Santa Ana.
Thank you, Walter. Thank you. Okay, who else? Gabriela. Hello, Gabriela.
Good morning, everyone. I'm a student at UCI Law for the Community and Economic Development Clinic, and I'm just here to listen and learn and see what the SABC is all about a little bit more.
Thank you, Gabriela. We
Lonnie.
have Lonnie.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lonnie Paniagua. I am a realtor and also the founder of a professional and personal development group here in Santa Ana for all women, and it's Amiga Social Club.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alexis.
Oh, you're on mute.
There we go. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm late a little bit. I'm a marriage and family therapist, born and raised Santa Ana. I founded Santa Ana Living and also Gente Market, which is an open air market currently at Santa Ana Elks, but here in Santa Ana.
Thank you. We have Maria Gonzalez. Next. Maria.
Morning, everyone.
Thank you.
I guess I should say who I am, huh? I'm helping Sarah with the downtown business strategy sessions, and then I also help run the social media.
Thank you, Maria. I know we have Sam Romero on the phone, but then we have another person on which is not on.
Is that Bobby?
Would that be you, Bobby?
Yes, I'm on my phone.
Okay, so we're done. Thank you, everybody, for introducing.
Hold on, Raul, do we have Mario from the sound as well? Mario?
I don't see it.
Bethany, do we have Mario?
I've been texting him this morning and I sent him the Zoom link and I haven't heard anything back. So hopefully he's able to pop in,
Okay.
but I don't see him yet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, thanks everybody for being here today. So we're gonna move to the next item, which is Claudia, Raul, no reports, and and Claudia, no reports also. But I want to go back on the UCI law team. This is the last meeting that James and his team is gonna be in our board. So I want to thank the UCI team for all the work that they have done for us. It's been great having you on our team. James, thank you so much. We're gonna miss you. We wish you the best on your career. Thank you, James.
Thank you, Raul. And I do have a couple of quick updates if you guys have a moment.
Oh, please go ahead, James.
Yeah, so we actually spoke with the city attorney's office recently to clarify our bid agreement because we weren't sure how many board members the bid agreement required. So the city said that currently we're required to have exactly 12 board members. That's according to the bid agreement. So the good news is we do have exactly 12 right now. The bad news is that's not very flexible for us. So what we can do is we can send the city our current bylaws and we can request that they amend the bid agreement so that we can have 5 to 15 directors. And one other update from the city, they require us to have more than a majority of directors to be at a meeting for there to be a quorum. So, you know, before we thought that 6 directors was a quorum because we have 12. It turns out we actually need 7, so we need more than half. And again, this is something that our legal team can work on more in the future. And I have one other quick update. So Madeline and I have spoken about some of the current projects that SABC is working on. Madeline is working on urban parks and dealing with Parks and Rec. And she's also looking into the parking garages issue. And she just wanted everyone on the board to know that the legal team is communicating with her on this. And I think if this is a top priority for SABC, it would be best if the board makes it very clear to the summer team that this is what you want us to focus on starting from the beginning of next semester. So yeah, just wanted to relay that information over. And also just on behalf of Gabby, me, Bob, and the whole legal team, it's really been a great time working with this organization. Thank you for welcoming us here. I've learned a lot, and I'm really glad to have had the chance to get to know a lot of you better. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, James. Okay. Anybody wants to?
Raul,
Yes.
can I add 2 additional small points to what James just mentioned with regard to the bid board member, the membership?
Of course, go ahead.
I wanted to just reiterate that on the city side, we require that the Santa Ana Business Council file their bylaws with the clerk of the council. I believe that was already done. Ms. Arellanes had confirmed in a phone call that that had been done, so that's good. And the city said that we could update the bid agreement so that it reflects whatever membership you guys desire, or we could even just defer and add a clause that says that the city will respect whatever bylaws you file with the clerk. And then that way you guys are free to change it at any time because you guys are a free entity and it's not governed by the city. So just wanted to add those points.
Thank you for that comment, Julie.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. I also want to mention that we have to approve the OCTA and the bid report. I'd like to make a motion to approve the OCTA and the bid report as it is. I'm sorry, the budget. I'd like to make a motion and I need a second to approve as it is.
Second. Kim Tapfer, second.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion pass. If anybody has any questions, can you please email us any changes, any comments? We'll get back to anybody that has any comments about the budget on the bid and the OCTA.
And can we, Raul, since Teresa's here, can we just make sure, did she receive our updated quarterly report?
Of course. Oh, Magdalena. And I also want to thank you for submitting that report to OCTA.
But can we see, did Teresa get it?
Of course, yes, of course. Go ahead.
Yes, I did receive it. Thank you.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you. And then again, Magdalena, thank you for all the work. It looks, the report looks great. It's very nice. Thank you for all the work that you have done to submit that report to OCTA and the bid.
Yes. Yes, it is awesome.
Thank you. Okay, so let's move to the next item. Julie, I see you have a lot of stuff to report. We're happy to hear all this.
Thank you, Raul. If you don't mind, may I go in a little while? Maybe you can skip to the next person, just because where I'm at is a little bit loud, and I don't want to be shouting.
No problem. Then I'm gonna move Magdalena. Thank you,
Okay.
Julie. We'll wait for you.
So some
Go ahead.
the next big project that we're working on, which is on the agenda here, is digital maps. So that's we have succeeded, as you saw, that we have Sarah and Maria who are now doing our business strategy sessions, which is something that our board together asked that be done. And the very first one's going to be happening this month. But the next project that was on our strategic planning directive is digital maps. So right now, where we are at is we have put in, it's interesting. We have to design, one of the things we have to do is we're going to design the actual map and what it would look like. What we're going to need from in working with the city is to find out what locations would be permitted to have these digital maps. There'd probably be maybe 4 to 6 of the maps located in different sections of the downtown, maybe east, west, north, and south, and maybe a couple in the artist village that are a different size that maybe fit the platforms that are already there. And there's a design that we found that seemed like a really good model, which I sent everybody in the board a booklet that showed, and it is in Long Beach. What they have is it's like a panel, and a person can go up and you just swipe your phone and it'll go to either dine, to shopping, or to, I'm not sure what the third one was at the moment, but it has these 3 different prongs so that you in your phone will be able to find out all about each of the places that you can dine, shop, or play in downtown, essentially. So, and the way that this works is there's a actual graphic put on a panel, and then there is a computerized system that actually holds the information and it makes it updatable. And there's a small service fee. It's actually very small. It's actually amazing. I think it's like $200 or $300 a year for them to make sure that all of our our businesses, which turn over rapidly sometimes, are re-updated. So they're brand new each year, which is one of the things that we were the most scared about with having a digital sign, because if you make a sign and then somebody leaves, you have to update it. So this is going to allow us to do that digitally. So what happens is that they map the digital portion to the actual physical portion, which is made by a different designer, which we have 2 different groups that we're looking at with quotes right now. I was very fortunate to meet a new group that also does the digital signage. And then the other thing is the design of it. And I just asked, I don't know if you guys know, but last year's designer, Barbie Godey, who did our map for Boca de Oro, was a beautiful graphic artist. And I just put in to ask her, like, will you help us just to create a beautiful design that goes with our downtown? So I'll give you guys some sketches as we're going along, but that's the next project that that is going to be heavily worked on right now. And it's the part of the strategic plan, the next piece of the strategic plan. So then we have the first strategy session is coming up, and you guys should be able to see that in the bid report. There's the 2 graphics, or I mean the flyers that Maria and them are going to be doing, and they're going around doing outreach now to bring in folks to that first business strategy session. We also have a project that we're working on where a wonderful photographer who's also a doula is a mother that I met through Amiga Social Club. She's working on a project in which she, at the beginning of COVID, went around the city and took photographs of families on their porches throughout the city. And she's going now that the COVID is ending and doing a redo of the photos. So these are the families before and after, and we're going to blow those up and do a COVID gallery that goes along with our Kid-Friendly Cities initiative, because all of these families, as you know, in Santa Ana, we have a very communitarian, family-oriented community. So it's going to be beautiful because we're going to invite all those families to come down and see their images blown up, and also be able to ask some questions about what kind of things they envision for a city that's more kid-friendly. So we're able to do that. And we're working with Amiga Social Club, with Flor, the portrait artist, and with the whole Kid-Friendly City initiative group, which is a larger national and global initiative. And then we have done an amazing job, and I wanted to let Maria, are you able to queue up like that little clip from the video?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
Okay, great. We're going to show you guys we did our last hot hour, and we actually covered what it is that Ryan Forrester has done and is doing, and our pilot has succeeded. And we're very excited about this because it's taken a long time. So I'll let Maria just show you guys that right now. And as everybody knows, we've been working. First, we went through the Career and Technical Education Group, and we had like 10 different businesses in the very first pilot that we did, where we were working with like Charlie's Tattoo and all these different people, and students were coming down and they were doing product photography and all these different things to try and help us get a website building project going. But we were unable to succeed because it was too hard for all of the moving parts. But Ryan Forrester, who was directed by Mark Morley to come down and talk to us, actually, we were able from inception. So the very first stages of this project was that research part. Then we moved into the next phase, which was he actually put together the whole site for this and worked with Learning Fuse. And then this is the final thing. And we had 3 this time instead of 10 people to run the pilot so that we could see that it would work. And here you go. Go ahead, Maria.
El verde es vida. Ahora les vamos a introducir a la hija de Chelitas, a Natalia. Por favor, cuéntanos de cómo te sientes que tú ya tienes presencia en línea y cuéntanos un poquito del proceso.
Bueno, antes que nada queremos darle las gracias a Ryan, a Reina, a Madeline por la oportunidad de ser escogidos, seleccionados para que nos ayudaran a crear el website, que es importante en estos tiempos, más cuando empezó el COVID. Tener la presencia en Internet es básica para todos los negocios y pues estamos muy contentos porque la tenemos ahora y es hermosa nuestra página web y el proceso fue muy a la vez divertido y un poquito complicado porque crear la historia de Chevitas, plasmarla, siempre la decíamos, pero jamás la habíamos escrito. Entonces mi hermana se encargó de escribirla y nos dimos cuenta del proceso que mis papás vivieron para crear Chevitas, para tener esto, y pues nosotros queremos enseñarla y compartirla a través del website, y eso con ayuda de Brian, de Reina, que nos han ayudado, que nos ayudaron a estructurarla y a crearla, poniendo el menú, diseñando las imágenes, los colores llamativos que simboliza Chevitas. Nos ha gustado mucho cómo quedó. Y lo más divertido del proceso, cuéntanos qué fue. A mí me encantaron los colores de Chevitas, el verde, el naranja, el amarillo. Eso le da mucha creatividad, mucha, ¿cómo podría decirlo? Energía, exacto, transmite lo que es Chevitas, los jugos, que es lo que a la gente más les gusta, a nuestros clientes, el verde, que como bien lo decía mi mamá, el green juice, yo creo que es el favorito de todos, y pues, no sé, yo creo que todos están muy ricos, entonces los invito a que vengan a Chevitas a probarlos. Aparte de la website, tú estuviste siendo parte del...
So I'm very sorry for Bobby Ruker and for others who are on the phone. I'm very aware that everything was translated into English, but essentially she was describing Bobby and I think Sam probably understood everything, but she was describing that she loves her website, that they love having a digital presence. It was a little bit hard for them to have to pull together and figure out that history for the website. And we're very thankful to Ryan for bringing his team out, and you guys will all get to see the full video of the hot hour, which shows all the different parts. So it's very exciting, and thank you very much, Maria, for documenting it in this way. So you'll
Thank you. You know what that was all about. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you, Bobby. I know. And the next thing is, does anybody have any questions? Just real quick about that.
Just a quick comment. That was amazing. Loved it. Amazing.
Magdalena?
Yes.
I'd like to thank Maria and Sarah. This is for everybody and from the board and also the guests that we have. I spoke to Maria and Sarah last week. Was it last week or this week?
This week.
Last week. This week? I don't even know where I am. Anyway, I spoke to them. It was a pleasure meeting them. We're very happy to have them in our team. For everybody's information, this project from Maria and Sarah is going to cost us $8,000, and it's coming from Octa budget, and it's also coming from line 28 on Octa budget. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, that's for yes, he's describing the business strategy sessions. Maria also is doing our social media, and she does the hot hour, which is a digital platform show that she does. But yeah, so I'm very appreciative that we were able to get this business web pages display on the hot hour. And you guys will see it very soon. It comes out next week. You guys got to see a preview before. So, and then I did turn in a bid report. So everybody should have received a copy of that on our board. And I also have sent it to the council. I know that I have to send it also to staff. I haven't had that chance yet. And it did come out in the newsletter that was put out yesterday. Thank you, Sarah. And then the Imaginology celebration reached out to downtown, to both myself and Downtown Inc. And they had said that they had been trying really hard to talk to the city, because what they're doing this year is it's virtual. And you know, Imaginology celebration is like a STEAM event for students across all of Orange County. And there's many different functions, like 30 different events that go on. But this year, everything's digital. So what they have done to make an interactive component is create a scavenger hunt, where that scavenger hunt is where they go to, people go to cities and they actually have a list and they get to find special things about that city and place. So downtown was more than happy to put together a draft. And actually, I think Maria connected us because she had actually gone to Maria to find out how Santa Ana could get involved. So we did the mapping of all the different special places that we thought that kids and their families could find. And as a part of that, we had Claudia Nafa and go out and purchase also coloring pages and of our map for downtown. And we picked an older map because of the fact that it had more room to color on. So it isn't that final map, but it gives kids more room to have coloring space. And then we have little boxes. We bought a whole bunch of crayons. So it's also a kid-friendly city thing. And all of our restaurants, all 50 of the restaurants in downtown are going to have our maps and crayons. So when kids come in, they can, you know, color our maps. So in the Imaginology celebration, we're hoping that the families that come down and bring their kids on these scavenger hunts will go to eat at some of our places and find our coloring maps with our crayons that will be handed out. And Jose's team actually did the job of distributing them throughout the downtown. So this is very exciting. And it's the first time that we're participating externally with the Imaginology celebration, which is at the OC Fairground normally. So the next thing is what we've already shown you, like Thrive and Go Live, is that we've gone through that first stage. Now we're moving into another phase. And I know, Brian, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit for a moment about that.
Yeah, sure. You know, many thanks to the Business Council for having me as a guest here today, and special thanks to Madeline as well for, you know, introducing us and really giving us a great head start. It was her idea to do the video that you guys saw today. But basically, as Madeline mentioned, you know, we did do a pilot program. You know, Thrive and Go Live, really what we're focused on is we want to improve the digital literacy of the Santa Ana business owners through a learn by doing approach. And so what this program is all about is we want to show the business owners like how to purchase a domain, obtain a hosting service, you know, create and approve a website design. And we're hoping to overcome, you know, the cost barriers to website adoption because it can be very expensive. And so we're working with Learning Fuse, which is a local coding boot camp in Irvine. And we're actually pairing their graduates with Santa Ana downtown business owners. And those volunteers are building the websites for the business owners. And, you know, our goal is really, we want to achieve a greater level of diversity and representation on the internet. We want to get downtown Santa Ana businesses, you know, greater exposure. And we're really focused on like the smaller mom and pop family run businesses who are just, you know, bogged down with the day-to-day operations. You know, websites can be super complicated. And we just really want to give them an opportunity to express themselves creatively, tell their stories, and showcase their businesses to a wider internet audience, really. So the next step is we're just going through the process of putting together a larger strategic plan so that we can scale up and help more businesses gain exposure in the downtown area.
Thank you, Ryan. Magdalena.
Yes.
Julie's gonna leave pretty soon. I guess we're gonna put Teresa Oliver next, and then we continue on the lines.
Okay.
Yeah, Teresa.
Hi, good morning. I just want to tell you, I think it's so great to see the investment that OCTA, the partnership, with the funding that we're providing, kind of blossom into these efforts to bring more awareness to your businesses. So this is just the kind of thing that we were hoping that our agreement could help support. So this is great. We'll look forward to seeing the other things that you guys are doing in the downtown. So I just wanted to just quickly come on Wednesday. The contractor for the OC streetcar project let us know that they plan on starting in the downtown on May 6th. So there's a bit of a change. They first told us they were going to start down at the Ross side and head east, but instead, for those of you who are active in the downtown, you know that they've been working at Mortimer right in front of the Northgate Market, so between 4th and 6th Street. And what they've decided now is that it would be more efficient for them to start at Mortimer and work their way westbound. I believe they will be, the first section of work will be between Mortimer and Spurgeon. Just as a refresher, the work will happen on the south side of the street, and there'll be a 4-foot buffer from the front of the building faces that when Walsh comes in, they'll put up like crowd fencing about 4 feet off the building face. And that'll be the area for pedestrian access. And then just as a reminder, the parking, the head-in parking goes away when we're finished. And parallel parking will replace it. But all of the pavers and some of the planters in that area get removed. I know there was, before we started construction, or as we were beginning, there was some conversation about some of the planters that would remain. I think we have that all. There's no change to what was agreed to last year. And both Julie and I will be out in the field on Monday to kind of take a look at the area physically, and we'll have field meetings with the contractor before they start to make sure that we have a clear understanding of what their, what the work activities will be as they get started and how long we think they'll be in that segment. We've learned a lot from the other segments where we've started. We have recently shifted traffic in segment 2, which is down by Raid Street. And so we think we have a better opportunity now to streamline the work because we have plans, we have sort of processes in place when we come up with, with soil that has some contamination in it. As many of you know, there used to be an old streetcar in Santa Ana that came down 4th Street. So some of the soil and infrastructure from that project remains underground. So as we come up on, as I said before, as we've learned, as we go along, what we discover when we open up the street, Santa Ana's an old city, and back in the day, we didn't keep records like we do today. So we've come up, we frequently come up against abandoned structures under the street that we have to remove, and we need to make sure we do that safely. So as we get more information, we'll be out in, in the community talking to all the businesses. And again, just as a reminder, all of the work activity happens on the south side of the street. But when we close down the block, it will be closed to traffic for those 2 blocks. And again, that'll be Mortimer and Spurgeon, we believe, for the first work. And as far as we know right now, they're saying they want to start as early as May 6th. They had indicated that perhaps they would have started sooner, but obviously the city and OCTA wants to make sure that we don't interrupt any Cinco de Mayo celebrations that might be happening in the downtown. And that concludes my report, but I'm happy to answer questions.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you.
One of the things that comes up to my mind right away, it's great. We're excited that the work is going to start on 4th Street. And but one of the things that concerns me a lot is because I have seen the work, how it's been, the progress that and the work that has been that has been done on the streets, they open up the streets and it's just taking so long for the job to progress, and it looks like it just takes too long. And my question to you would be that if they're gonna work like that on 4th Street, because 4th Street, it is the heart of the downtown, and we would like the work to be a little bit faster, so we don't.
So would we. We certainly, every, this, just the carrying cost to OCTA on this project in terms of professional services, et cetera, is enormous. And so all of the delays that this project experiences costs money. Nothing that gets delayed doesn't cost us money. But I hope that you can see on Mortimer, the kind of the progress on Mortimer is really what we would expect to see in the downtown. So I think you can see that work has gone much quicker. They already have rail in the ground on Mortimer.
I saw it, yeah.
Right, so that's what our plan is for the same kind of progress that they're making on Mortimer. We're going to take that as our model and shift that activity onto 4th Street. So there's a number of reasons I could go into great detail about what happened in the other segments. But now we have, like I said before, processes in place. When we see an issue, we no longer have to kind of pause and look for redesign work. We have a much better toolbox in order to solve the problems that come up when we open up the ground.
Okay.
I know you aren't in charge of the hole on Santa Ana Boulevard, but when in the world are they ever going to get that taken care of? That is horrible. It's been that way for months. Thank God our cars coming out of the church don't have to go into it. But do you have any idea I know this is a city problem, probably, but when are they going to get that finished?
Are you talking about the other church that burnt?
No, Santa Ana First Presbyterian Church. We have to pull out of our driveway, and it crosses Main. We've got that darn, I guess it's still the sewer line, but it started with the rail line that they're putting in. When are they going to finish that? I know, as I say, it's not yours. It's probably Julie's problem.
No. Let me find out. If this is related to the streetcar, let me see what's going on there, and I will report back to you.
Thank you, or let the church know it.
Okay.
Teresa, one more thing that I have in mind. Are they going to be working day and
day and night? Probably not. It's right now. I think the work right now is planned to be daytime work. So typically that's anywhere between, the work starts at 7 and finishes between 3 and 4. That's right now, that's the plan. And typically they don't work on Saturdays unless the times when they do have weekend or nighttime work is when a major intersection gets closed. So let's say when they have to pull rail across or do the excavation and set the track bed at Main and at Broadway, there will be overnight work and weekend work in order to make sure that we get those north-south, connector streets cleared as soon as possible.
Okay, we really appreciate, whatever you can do to, for the work to go faster.
Right.
That would be very appreciated, Teresa.
Yes. Understood.
Thank you for your report, Teresa. We want to be informed, what's next. Like this information is very helpful for us to understand, when and how and where the work is going to continue. Like I said, I'm excited that it's going to start, and we hope that will be that the street will look nice maybe by the end of the year, hopefully.
We do, and we do have some the landscaping plans, et cetera, that I can share with the group. We'll put together a presentation with some visuals on it. Again, this news just came to us on Wednesday, so I wanted to make sure that we got in front of this group, because I know you're everybody who's on this call is very active, and this news will get amplified by all of your efforts. So we just heard this from the contractor on Wednesday, and then on Thursday is when I found out we had done some field work initially at the other side of 4th Street. It's not that that work is useless, it's just not needed yet. So as I said before, Julie and I are going to meet on Monday, then we'll schedule another field meeting with the technical staff to have them come out to make sure that we've accounted for all of the kind of the what ifs that we can in advance of the work starting, and get those questions answered so we're not delaying anybody when they finally get the shovels in the ground.
Thank you, Teresa, again.
Do you have an estimate as when the project's going to be finished in whole and we're rolling with our new streetcar?
So what the other thing, I mean, on the project, we've known that the October 22 date, which has been previously the date, what I call the daylighted date, is probably not feasible. There have been a number of issues at the MSF, the maintenance and storage facility. That's the building that they're building on 5th Street. That backs up to the PE right-of-way that has to house the streetcars that once they're in operation. The delay of the work there will delay the what we call the revenue service date. So the new date that has been shared with our board of directors recently is June of 2023. So that's the date that we're now going to be kind of focused on. I will say, however, that, you know, for federal transit projects, a little bit different from a highway job, we're in partnership with the FTA, and that means that we have quarterly meetings with them. They have their own project management consultants that oversee the project, and they're doing their own risk analysis on our schedule, and that work will be done later this year. So there could be another adjustment related to the schedule and the project budget. But until that work gets done, as I said before, the latest kind of update that we can come up with a realistic date would be the summer of 2023.
Thank you. That is helpful.
Any more questions for anybody? Any more questions to Teresa?
No, other than thank you, Teresa.
Welcome.
Okay, well, thank you so much again, Teresa.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. You too. Let's move to the next item. Magdalena now.
Okay, sorry. There's just two things last, and I just wanted to say, Teresa, I wanted to thank you because your funding has actually, it really made a huge difference in it's making a huge difference in a lot of things, but and you know how there's a clause that we can't use anything on past events, etc. But this year, because of the digital shift that we made, we would not have been able to get the platform to do Boca de Oro if it had not been for you. And that was like, it was huge. And I just want to thank you for that. And it also felt really good to put in our thing that OCTA helped us with this beautiful festival. So I just want to share that with you because it meant a lot. I mean, that platform alone was $34,000 and we had to pull together ways to do that and do it digitally, and we pulled it off, and it's because of your assistance. Thank you.
Well, thanks. I mean, we're, as I said before, we were happy to kind of come up with this idea of partnering and providing the funding to you all. You know, what we said in our staff report to our board was that you know your downtown best and you know your community best. And so as I said before, we're happy to make this investment with you all. We realize that having this construction in the downtown will be a challenge. And so, again, I look forward to seeing, more kind of the projects that you're working on, and what we've seen so far has been great. So you're very welcome, and we look forward to continued partnership with the downtown.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The last two things is the alley gallery, which is I've been working with Moises, and we actually are changing the date to June 1st. We were thinking May 1st, but we were going to have an open air gallery since, folks are still not able to utilize our any of our downtown spaces, which is something that we've been talking to a lot of our council members about. And I know that June 15th is the day that they want to open up, but what we realize is that we're going to lose the whole summer if we don't somehow get back our ability to utilize and permit the use of space in downtown. So the last thing is that we have a new kid mayor in Santa Ana, and that's an initiative that all of us worked on. And what this does is it begins to build voice for youth to have a place at the table, in essence. And the next steps, we had Councilman Penaloza came out and gave awards from the city and also awards from us to all of the people who had gone through a whole process. As you know, kids turned in videos. Their judges were the city council members, 4 of them, and the mayor. They all went through and had a whole sheet to like actually figure out how the presentations were. They judged them, and then they came back with the award for the top 3, which is Lawrence, Lonnie, what, oh my gosh,
Layla.
And Layla. So those 3 are now our 2 are kid cabinet members and a mayor. And the next step is the city folks are planning to have a tour with the youth so that they can see what City Hall is all about. And Lawrence has a whole plan of going out and talking to kids throughout the city. And it all is a part of a larger Kid City initiative, which is making places and cities safe for youth. And it's not just the downtown, it's the whole city. But the thing is that the downtown is a great pilot area to begin really implementing goals that make it a place where kids and families want to be. So, and that has to do with infrastructure. So we're working on trying to figure out what's the infrastructure that's going to have families and parents hanging out in downtown, in our plazas, in our parks, in our spaces, and really enjoying their time there. So that's on its way, and we're excited. And we have that first project is complete. It was a long, it took us, I think this is like a 6-month thing that's been going on, but we are glad that our kid mayor is elected, and we now have the opportunity to, spread out, and we have and continue forward. So that's the last thing. I know if you guys have any questions, I've given you all the bid report. If there's, we also had a Grow conference that was there. I highlighted essentially everything that happened in the Grow conference in that report for you, because every year SABC pays for our tickets to go to the Grow conference. It was digital this year. And so I did a complete update on what happened, so everybody knows what was happening in development news through the Grow conference. So please ask any questions.
Magdalena, thank you for your report. I have a couple questions that I'd like to know a little more information about the Alley Gallery with Moises, and also the Blue Lot events.
Oh, yes.
And also, and I also want to hear from Julie, if she's still there. Julie? She probably left. Okay. Can you explain a little more, Magdalena, about the art gallery and the alley?
Okay, so, of course, Moises and a group of youth are doing this diversity and culture mural that's happening. We all know about that because it's one of the programs that we're also funding. Because we have no indoor gallery, although I know Oka is opening in May 1st, we thought a safe way to be able to showcase those families that were the images of those families taken of all of the Santa Ana in the outdoor gallery, which Moises has established because they've done outdoor gallery spaces before. So what the plan is that in June, it's the beginning of June, we're going to invite all of those families. There's about 40 families and their children and everyone. Downtown Inc. is going to be giving $10 off at the 4th Street Market to everybody who comes as a part of this. They're going to be able to come out and see the images blown up of their families in COVID on the porches. So it's called This is Santa Ana Porch Portraits. So, and it allows us to create an outdoor space where many people can come. And then we're also we're going to do an article in the paper and invite folks to come and check out these beautiful pictures of the pre-COVID, after COVID. This is what our city looks like. And these are the families. So that's what that initiative is, Raul. So
Okay.
it's just to have an actual gallery showing, which we can't do an indoor gallery. So we're doing it in an outdoor gallery, which is more safe for COVID.
Okay,
So
thank you.
that's what that is. And then Blue Lot, that's a really good question, because so one of the things that as we're continuing to figure out ways, I mean, to create spaces where folks can still do open air markets like what Alexis is describing. For instance, she said that she's at the Elks Lodge, but that's because she's been pushed out of downtown essentially, because after the Patches and Pins Festival, everything was shut down. So we haven't been able to do any open air markets except for the farmers market every week. But we have this one private property space, which has been amazing at curating different folks. And the possibility is there that the city is going to give a land use permit so that that space can open up and we can have all of our open markets at least move into that area to continue on, so that we have some space in downtown that's open to having the open air markets. So that's the main thing. And one of the things towards that is both groups, in order to help him, because one of the things the city's been asking is that there's certain features that need to be fixed up in the lot in order for it to be ready. So moving forward, we'd be investing in that space being open so that all of these different folks that are getting displaced in our downtown because of COVID not having rules to open up our public areas like our promenades and our parks, we're going to allow folks again to use at least this private space till everything opens up. So that's the goal, because we don't like our people leaving. Essentially right now, what has been going on is everyone who does, for instance, we used to fund films, like so that families could have films on Sundays or whatever. All the films have gone outside. Every other city is hosting our films in other places, meaning that they're not coming to downtown. So now Gente's moved over to the Elks Lodge, meaning that those folks are no longer coming into our downtown. We have everything is happening somewhere else. For instance, you know how we have dancing in the streets? The Segerstrums just started salsa in their promenade. So what happens? It catches on over at the Segerstrums and nobody comes and dances in our downtown anymore. So all of the stuff that we've built over all these years, because other people are opening spaces and we're not, we essentially are losing our own audience. And that's problematic, and we need to fix that right now. And we need that summer audience to be here. And as you saw in the bid report, I actually took a section of a thing because I really think people need to look at the social infrastructure of cities, because we've built up audience and it takes a long time to get that back. And COVID has stopped it, and we need to do something now. So this initiative for opening the Blue Lot is one of our first movements towards at least keeping and retaining the people that we've worked with in the past. And we want Gente back. We want the movies to be here. And I heard that they are going to do something with allowing Logan to do movies maybe on the rooftops, or there's something going to happen. So we're just trying to get all of our people back, you know? We have a gal who does a vintage festival every year and brings vintage things, and she does it through the downtown. There's so many different open air markets. And we're starting to have conversations with Penalosa and others about this, because the council really needs to make a rule that says like that we are allowed to have open air markets. It's not the same as having an event, because what it does is an open air market is just open space where people can walk and meander through the downtown and look at different things. And it also helps to bring foot traffic, so people start to see and interface with our businesses and know things that they didn't know about downtown before. So that's the goal. And if anybody in this board can help us to write letters to the city and tell them that we need to have our permitting back so that we can use all of our promenades, plazas, and parks. I know that Julie did send me an email yesterday saying that the parks are starting to open up something right now. And it's just that we have, what is this? It's April, May. I'd like April and May to be included, we shouldn't have to wait till June 15th.
Magdalena, thank you. One more thing, Magdalena, what type of events would be hosting on the Blue Lot?
All of the events that can't be hosted in our plazas, all the things that we have a whole, I know that in a lot of my bid reports, I cover all the different kinds of vendors that work in our downtown.
Okay.
We'd just be bringing them back.
Okay.
And we give them a space. There's no space right now.
Okay, thank you. One more thing, I wanna tell everybody that the Blue Lot, we allocate money from OCTA, from line 23, we allocate $2,500 to do events there. So we're just waiting for everything to come back to normal, and we'll start doing the events there.
Kim has a question, I think.
Yeah, I just had a comment or just a thought. Madeline, I love all your thinking on this and trying to get things moving in May and April and not having to wait till June 15th. The other thing I think we may want to do, and this is maybe more of a social media thing, but I think we really want to center on maybe making that first art walk in July or whatever, we really promote it.
Yes.
Like months ahead, like we're reopening, we're back, and you don't want to be anywhere else. So I think that it's maybe the two-pronged approach, like, you know, we kind of limp along and try and get the city council to come along with us and allow maybe more of a May opening, and definitely early June. But then we really set our sights too on what we know we can have, which is, you know, we are taking back our space July, August, September, October, November,
Right.
December. I mean, we are back in business. Of course, then we'll be dealing with construction on 4th Street, but, you know, maybe then we really look towards, you know, having our, you know, the arts district and all of that really take, you know, and then it'll be great to have the blue light also in tow at that point. So just a
Yes.
thought on that.
And just so you know, Kim, there's also been, so I was at the commission meeting for the arts yesterday. There is so much drama going on right now, and our business council is being demonized. And so is so many different things are happening. And Ryan gave a presentation about the art walk, because people are furious because the art walk is not happening. Because I mean, I did the math on, for instance, the witch walk, which like those folks, all those vendors, 100 vendors, they would almost make about $500 per time they'd be here as a base. That's $600,000 a year that's being lost in vendors. Those vendors are really upset. And in the art walk, all the artists are upset. So we have like 3 different levels of folks in our downtown just furious because there's no use of that space, and they don't understand the whole structure of how, when we pull those permits, we're really giving the community access to public space because we have our liability insurance covering it, and we're giving them the ability to vend in our downtown. So, and what happens is they don't understand all of that. So they start attacking us because they think that we're somehow keeping them out, when in reality, it has nothing to do with us keeping it out. It's that we don't have permitting. But it's gotten very loud. And I know Robin McNair asked me this morning, does the board know what's happening right now? And I essentially know, because like the board has not been informed on what is going on, but it's happening. Like there's a lot of problems right now. There's a lot of fury in the downtown at 3 different levels. And I can map it out for the board and just send you a little teeny thing explaining, but there's absolutely nothing until we get permitting again that we can do. And until we open up some spaces. And
I think that we just have to stay, I mean, in my view, in the face of what is really been just a horrendous time for all of us. You know, I think the COVID is bringing out, and the politics is just bringing out the worst in all of us. And we just have to stay mature, positive, hopeful, and we just have to stay the course. And memories are short. I mean, people can get really mad and say a bunch of stuff that's just totally out of bounds, and then tempers settle as things get better. And I think we just have to stay super positive and keep, you know, our nose to the grindstone, which you are, Madeline. I just so appreciate what you're doing. And just, I think, you know, we can expect this because I think a lot, you know, everyone's angry. There's just a lot of anger, unfortunately, but we're a leadership organization and we just need to stay mature, positive, hopeful, and do our job. You know, and I think the dust will settle and better days are ahead.
Kim, you said that there is a lot of people angry in the downtown. Just wait and see when the construction starts. we haven't heard, you know, all of it, but we're going to have to deal with it when the time comes. But thank you for your comment, Kim. Anybody else has any more comments?
Hey, Raul, this is Sam.
Go ahead, Sam.
Maybe we can try and enforce the construction to a lot of it be taken care of at night to hurry it up so it can open up the doggone streets. So we got to deal with that. We got to talk to these construction people. Hopefully they can move it up at night.
Well, we have to talk to them then, you know, we have to talk to Teresa, and she has to go and talk to their bosses, and that's a good idea, I think, also.
We were hoping for that. We have been hoping for that all along these years, that they will work 24 hours when they were going to reach the downtown. That was our hope. So
now it's not.
I guess it doesn't hurt to try to pursue them again. You know, I know it's like Teresa says, every time there's a delay, it's more money that costs involved in the project. But I remember even talking about you know, giving incentives to the contractors so they would finish earlier in the downtown, or some sort of, I mean, something, you know, just to make it quick.
Yeah, maybe in the old time, let's give him let's offer him a mordida.
It doesn't hurt to ask. I think maybe they can do something just for the downtown, you know, especially just for the downtown, because being closed for a long time, each 2 blocks, it's not going to look good for the downtown. For what I see on the rest of the work that they're working on different streets, it looks like they open up the streets and they just open there, you know, they haven't done anything for months.
Let me ask you this.
I hope they don't do the same thing on 4th Street.
Yeah, is Jonathan still on the line?
I don't know if Jonathan is.
Jonathan, the city councilman, is he a representative? Let's work with him, and hopefully he can take and plead over to city council to force his people to work at night. Let's get a little bit of political people on our side.
I guess we're gonna have to get together with them, because the work in downtown is gonna be a serious problem, and we have to be there, you know, to address all the issues to our members of the
neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, in working with the city, I think this new city manager is very strong. You might want to approach her also and see if she can do it, and she's got any ideas. Like I said, we've dealt with her in Logan, we've dealt with her, and she is real good. So we got to do something in the political side.
I guess we have to, like you said, Sam, I guess we have to get together with Peñalosa and Hernandez and the city manager maybe, or the mayor, and, you know, and talk to them, because we haven't seen anything, and we haven't seen anything yet coming, people complaining from the businesses in downtown. And I think it's going to be, if they're going to do the work the way they said they're going to do it, just 8 hours from 7 to 3 or 4 o'clock, we're going to have a lot of complaints from the businesses.
But not only that, as a business people, they rely on sales tax, right? And
Right.
that's hurting the amount of money that's produced by the merchants. So they should have a big interest in helping us in that position to get them to work at night.
Yeah.
Sam, I think you're so right on. I think we should be big advocates for really pushing, OCTA to move faster. And I think we should also publicize the fact that we are strongly advocating for that for our businesses. And especially given the new, transportation secretary and all of the push towards equity, they should be wanting to make this an equitable. No one's been harder hit than Santa Ana than the COVID. So why shouldn't they put their money where their mouth is and give us the money to move this forward quickly? There's not a reason in the world that we shouldn't have that.
So this was one of the early mitigation requests. This is one of the things that was very much asked for by everyone. Raul, Claudia, was that nighttime construction. And even one of the things that was a good part of that request is if they don't get the construction done in a timely manner, that they're fined, and those fines go back to us so that we're able to take care of the fallout from that for our downtown.
So let's try and set up a meeting with those folks, and
But I know OCTA's having a problem with the construction teams right now or something. There's some kind of an issue happening, and I don't know exactly what.
Well, they're having problems with the contractor. That's what Teresa says. But I think the sooner that we can set up a meeting with the city manager, Teresa, Peñalosa, and Hernandez, I think it would be better, because we don't want to wait anymore. And we just want to let them know that our concerns, we're not going to fight, we're not going to do anything to threat them. We just want to talk to them, if it's possible that they move the work a little faster than they've been doing in other places of the construction, because downtown is the heart of the businesses of the city. So we want to be, we don't want to be affected by the construction for a long time.
See, what it is, Raul, it's money. It has to do with money.
Everything
involves.
Yeah,
you start
exactly.
thinking they're losing the parking, they're losing the sales. I mean, it's all money.
But you know what? It's taken over 2 years for them to do Santa Ana Boulevard, which is really 6th Street. I mean, it's horrible. It's affected the church. It's affected the courthouse. That 4-foot wide hole in the middle of the street is horrible. I'd had to make a left-hand turn against traffic. Thank God a PD officer wasn't there. I couldn't get out to go the right way.
Yeah. Well, set it up, and if you want me to be in on it, I'll be in on it.
Magdalena, can you set up that meeting with those people?
But I think in order to set up a meeting, I really do think our board should just make a list of what Kim was describing. We should have a letter that says what we want. And so that we can set up the meetings with that, and with that leading it, so that they already know this is what we're coming to talk to you about. And these are the things that we're asking for. And is there anything that they can do to help? So we should, that's a great idea.
Let's start working on the ideas, and then the meeting. Yeah.
See, I'm a little bit different of thought. I like to surprise them. Here's the list we demand. Not give them a list ahead of time, and the meeting never takes place.
Okay, well, let's make the list of demands then and get it into them. Just by the way, I forgot to tell you that in our last meeting with the city manager, she had asked our group to also give a list. This board needs to give a list of what we think is important, because they have $142 million. And if we hope to have any of that put into our downtown district, we need a list of what we think is important for the city. So along with this construction issue, we also need that, and it needs to be done stat, because she asked for it almost a month ago now. And it's, and we do not have anything in.
Okay, Magdalena, you know what?
You make the list and you tell her, we got the list, we'd like to meet with you. We carry the list with us.
Let's get together this week, Magdalena, and put that list together.
But I need board members to also send in ideas you have, because it can't, I mean, it needs to come from everybody needs to put in so that we can prioritize some things.
Okay, let's put up a meeting this week, Magdalena. I know we have been talking about it and we haven't done anything. So let's do it this week, and we do those two things together at the same time. Yeah.
One thing I would say as part of that list is, I think one of the bottom line things is they've got to complete the funding that we anticipated. So in other words, we thought that we were going to get 100,000 from parking and 100,000 for the bid taxes, and we need to have that replaced, and that's a drop in the bucket. I mean, we actually deserve much more.
Yes.
But you know, at the very least, they should restore funding from the general fund, given the COVID. And that's why the money was given to the city, is so that funding could be restored. So
right.
Yeah,
and
I agree with you, Kim. We should ask for that.
The thing is that even beyond that list, anybody has any of our board members at any time, we can start writing these things and sending them in and requesting them, because the more they hear from us, like, you know how they say the squeaky wheel gets the grease, like, we need to be more of a squeaky wheel than we are, because I do not think that without that, we're going to get things that we need. And what you just described, Kim, is exactly what the other group is saying too, that they need that restoration of funds, because we don't have our security team, we don't have all these things. That needs to be the base. But then there's also what else needs to be done, because otherwise, like for instance, in Long Beach, the bids got $5 million out of that fund, but they have 11 districts. But the thing is, they got that funding already. We have zero, because our boards, I mean, she said to us, what do we need? And it's been a month, and I need this board as a whole to actually actively lobby the city for these things, meaning I at least need a list from everybody telling me, so that I can send in your desire.
Right.
I can come up with a list. I have a list of things I know, but I need it to be you guys's list.
Can you send us the list and prompt us? I think that would be, organize us, Madeline. We need to be corralled as a group. The other Festival of Lights, that would be my big thing. I think everybody benefits from a big lighting program for this downtown for every December. It needs to be huge. It'll draw everyone to the downtown. So that's
Kim,
my
go ahead.
Can I throw my last word?
Yes.
Let me tell you what we did. As some of you know, I'm the representative of the Logan neighborhood. We have a little park in Logan that we had a handball court that was bringing in the wrong element. And we took different councilmen in a tour to show them what was going on in that neighborhood, the wrong element. We finally invited the city manager. She came over, looked at it, and that handball court was removed within 2 weeks. You deal directly with them, not give them a heads up ahead of time. You're dealing with the enemy. Who's the enemy? It's the city. Okay? You get your list, to set up a meeting with her, and here's what we need. You don't send that ahead of time. Here it is. I mean, we in the little Rancho neighborhood was able to do that by physically showing her what was wrong.
Okay, thank you.
I will say
Sam.
no more.
Okay, thank you, Sam. Okay, today, after this meeting, I'm gonna send you by email. I'm gonna send you the board request things that we want. So we have to start moving right away. So I will send it today to all the board. And then any more questions from anybody?
I just wanted to really quickly tell Kim that we found Laguna has a beautiful lighting program, and one of our restaurants downtown knows the folks who did it. So I am getting I'm trying to figure this out. Like I don't know if you've seen it there at night. It is the most beautiful thing, and we're gonna figure it out.
Okay, thank you, Magdalena. Maybe you can send us a picture of that. Okay. Okay, thank you, Magdalena. Claudia, are you still there? Claudia Nafa?
Hola.
Are you still there? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, thank you. Do you have anything to report?
I do and I don't. Maddie pretty much covered everything we've been doing. So she already covered everything I had in my list, but I'll just, I'll go through my list, which is, like I said, what she covered, which is the kid-friendly initiative. That happened. We finalized that project. And with that also, it kind of ties on the maps that we distribute to the restaurants, right? Trying to help the restaurants create a kid-friendly menu and an environment. Yeah. So that was really nice. Yeah, that was really nice. And Romo, and again, she mentioned that Romo and his team are going to be distributing the maps and the crayons in downtown. She also covered that we're looking into the digital maps for our downtown. So we're looking into that. Maria Gonzalez, she did her report and she's our new member, our new social media. Maria, are you still there? I think she left. Maria Gonzalez, the hot tortilla, you saw the presentation. She's doing a phenomenal job. She's really boosting our numbers. She has a background in social media, and I think she's an asset to the organization. Our engagement is going up, our audience is going up, and I'm really pleased to see her work. So that's been also very exciting.
I don't know if the board knows, but we lost Mandy Tapfer, and that was very sad, but we were lucky to get a replacement, and Mandy gave all the work that she was doing to Maria. Yes. So Maria is the new one helping us now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was because of Mandy's work, it was a really easy transition. And now we're just working with Maria and helping her, you know, with all of the footage and video. And I will continue to work with her. You know, there's a lot of things to work on: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And there is a strategy that we have in regards to the social media. I don't know if you noticed, we have a lot of food right now being uploaded into our social media, and we're trying to build our audience, and we're going to be alternating food events, retail, food events, retail, and so on and so forth, art. And it's a plan and it's working. You should be seeing our numbers go up rapidly.
Okay, thank you, Claudia. Item number 6, James, UCI already talked about that, so we're almost done with the meeting. New businesses, there's no new businesses. Any public comments? Anybody? Well, no. I want to thank everybody for being at the meeting, including the new members that want to join Santa Ana Business Council on the board, which is Lani and Alexa, Mario Reyes, and I forgot that. And Stephanie. Stephanie, okay.
Bethany. With a B.
Oh, Bethany, right? Yeah.
And we will give a formal, as soon, we've been trying to work out the bylaw thing, so we'll give you guys all a formal letter that invites you into the board, just so that you all know, so that you'll be formally board members of Santa Ana Business Council.
Yeah. But meantime, we do want you to keep on coming to our meetings and be engaged, because either way you are members. Just for being on the downtown, that makes you automatically members. So we want you to continually come to our meetings and be engaged on what we're doing. As a member, you have a saying, and every comment that you can make, it will be very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your welcome. It's nice to hear everything that's going on in downtown and how much things are growing. I'm excited for all of you as I'm kind of sitting back and hearing, but I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you and, you know, being part of this. So thank you.
Thank you, Alexa. Anybody else that wants to say anything? I would like to see your faces.
Oh yeah, Raul
Yes.
wants to meet Alexis and Lonnie sometime. So go by me Moda if you're downtown, because it was funny. They got a big confusion with all of the new people, and he just met Maria and Sarah, but he actually thought that you guys were all the same people. So you guys go meet him in person.
Let's pick a date and then we'll go visit together.
Yes.
I'll be happy to meet you in person. It's nothing like, you know, in person. And here on the Zoom, it's you only see the face, you know. Yeah, welcome anytime to my business. It's 108 East 4th Street. And my business name is Mi Moda.
Okay.
Raul, is it possible, because Julie didn't come, but we do want to celebrate the fact that you guys did this amazing bridal and quinceañera show. Can we have Veronica or someone just really quick share, because that's something to be celebrated. That was a great job.
Okay, let us, Veronica, you still there?
Yes, Don Raul, I'm here.
You want to give us a little update on the event, what happened, and what are the plans for the next meeting? I mean, I know we already planning the next event, but you're, as the organizer of the event, tell us a little bit if you have anything to say.
Yes, we plan to make other pasarelas for July, but we start make a new models, and we start with the all the team. We very excited to make again for bring more people, more customer for the stores. But now I don't have picture for share.
No problem. We'll share the pictures that we have, Veronica.
Yeah. Okay. I'm so excited.
We also put it in the bid report. So there's photographs in the bid report, and there's also a profile on you.
Okay. I do that, but I don't have nothing today.
Okay. Thank you, Veronica.
Bye, Madeline. Thank you.
I think we really need to make sure we have room for Julie to do her city report. Because there was a lot in that report I would like to have heard about.
Julie left the meeting already.
I know she did. That's what I'm saying. Let's make sure that at the front of the meeting, we don't pass her up, because she had a lot to report.
That's what I told her. Yeah, but I guess she had another meeting. But at the next meeting, she'll have the opportunity to do the report.
Yes.
Thank you. I guess any more comments? I'm getting so relaxed over here that I don't want to go to work.
If I may, I just want to introduce myself.
I see Mario there. I'm sorry, Mario.
No problem.
We were looking for you at the beginning of the meeting, but thanks for joining the meeting.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. We had a little situation here with sick girls at the house. So
okay.
All feeling a lot better now. I'm with Bethany and the Sound. It's the building on 4th and French with Claudia. So this is going to be not only a church, but it's going to be a business incubator. It's going to be a gym. It's going to provide a lot of opportunities for the community, like learning labs and situations and things like that. And I was actually really glad to hear about the Blue Lot, because we've been talking about getting together with Ruben and also donating to this, because he has been a huge blessing to us. We have been able to do since September last year, drive-through food distributions from there. We were able to do a toy drive distribution from there. We use that place for so much just because we can't do in-person things and people just drive through events. It has been great. So I'm really glad to hear about that. And having been raised here in Santa Ana, I just look forward to the opportunity to just work with you guys, hear what you guys have and want to do with the community, and just be a part of that. So thank you guys for that. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Mario. Thank you, Mario.
We'll be happy. And Bethany, I would love to sit down and talk to you two, because I've been waiting till the day that you came on our meeting because there's so many different things. I just want to be able to talk to you about some of that stuff, because we also have some initiatives with the Blue Lot for a long time that the only person who could actually anchor it would be a church, because there are things in our downtown that create celebratory things like for instance, Christmas trees and pumpkin patches and things like that. And I would love to be able to discuss that with you, with Ruben. So if you guys ever have a chance to have a meeting, I can get the email from Senor Arianes and let's set up and just talk really quick.
Yes, definitely.
That'd be great. I'd love to sit down with you guys and work some stuff out. We're happy to be here and be a part of this.
Thank you. Thank you. You're going to have to excuse me. I'm going to end up the meeting. And I have to go to work. You guys, you're welcome to continue the meeting if you want. But I have to leave. I have to go open up my business. But Mario, thank you. Thank you for being on the meeting. Bethany, thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise,
the meeting
thank you.
is adjourned then.
Thank you, Raul.
Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Like I said, you're
Thank you.
welcome to continue to stay on the continue the meeting.
Thank you, Raul.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you all.
Oh, we want
Bye.
a photograph of everybody soon too. We have a photographer and we need our new board. Once everybody is in, we're going to get a photo of everybody.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
a
just
good
letting you know.
idea.
Bye.
Yeah, I guess we need to decide when we can start meeting together, not Zoom. If we, that'll be fun.
That'll be fun. Yes. Looking forward.
Claudia, you good? How are you? How's your family?
I'm good. I'm good. Getting out of a terrible cold. But yeah, I thought it was COVID. It wasn't. I'm already with my second